Tilly, over to you.
Our next guest is a staple on our tellies, our bookshelves, and now our Christmas dinner tables. He's decking the halls in his new book, Christmas, which is out this Thursday. So let's welcome a man with whom it's always a good time, like a fine wine. It's the oh-so-divine Rick Stein!
Hello.
Rick, you're early.
Wow. London traffic, eh? Gosh. Every red light I was thinking, no.
Don't you worry about it. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so sorry it's late for you. I don't mind at all. We've had fun. You brought in some Mince pies. It's your first ever Christmas book. I've been banging on about it the whole show.
Oh, thank you very much indeed,
honestly,
Chris.
I literally mention it every 20 minutes. I'm more than mention it. Rick Stein's Recipes, Memories and Stories for the Festive season. Because happy Christmas, Rick.
Happy Christmas. We're off.
Why not, of course, but how come now?
Well, I guess it's my wife, Sass, said, I think you should do a Christmas book. This was like 2 years ago. And I said, no, everybody's done a Christmas book. And she said, no, they'll like your Christmas book.
Oh, my God, they look like the best mince pies in the world.
I just it's in one of our fish and chip boxes.
That's cool, man. I want to put these up for auction. I don't want to eat them. Jeez.
Well, they're ever so nice. We've had one or two.
Oh, my God. Sorry, and so Sass gets it, and she's in the book, isn't she?
She is, lots, yeah.
So you're a no nibbles guy. Sorry, a no starters guy, but you're a fan of nibbles. I got it.
Well, it's just that I always think really it's about Christmas lunch or dinner or halfway between as it is with us, that actually you don't want too much before the turkey, you know?
It's a shame, isn't it?
It is.
Somebody goes to all that effort.
They do.
You know, that's why it's good to go out on a big walk, isn't it, on Christmas Day? Or even on Sunday.
Yes, I think, we always go for a walk after the Christmas lunch, because I do think some 20 minutes walking after lunch is the best thing you can do for rich, heavy food.
Yeah, if you can be bothered, of course. It's all in there. It's all in here. Honestly, reading this book again, it's made me so hungry. Honestly, look at these. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get it. Can you sign one box of those?
I certainly
will. And we'll get some money from somebody for them. And if you could sign a copy of the book, that'd be great. Just put Happy Christmas or something like that. That'd be great.
I will.
So nibbles. Rose's Korean prawn fritters with soy cider vinegar and chili. I've never had a prawn fritter, Rick. What's wrong with me?
Well, nor have I. Well, the great thing about that recipe, she's Korean, right? She's the partner of my Sass's cousin, Sasha, and she loves those nibbles, those prawn fritters, because they contain parsley. Now, in Korea, it's always coriander, and to her, parsley is an exotic herb. So.
Right, that's why. Okay, again, it's what there is. It's whatever the main ingredients in, isn't it? Like the raw salmon, wasabi, cream and capers, tartlets, because they're phyllo tartlets, and it just makes you want it even more than you do already, which is sort of impossible.
Well, that's the thing about nibbles, really. You have to be vigorous in the flavouring of them, because you just get a mouthful. If they're a bit bland, it's boring. So
would you say you want to... Size-wise, right?
Yeah.
Are you going for like a one-stop shop?
Yes.
Or is it a 1.5 bite?
Don't think so, because you're talking all the time, and you've got possibly a glass of champagne, possibly, not necessarily, and you're talking. You've only got time to go once. Yeah.
And you're good at that, aren't you? You're good at the old one-take tasting. We've talked about that before. You are the best eater of food television has ever seen.
Well, it's so hard, because you occasionally get people saying, I don't like you eating, and I sometimes say, well, what am I supposed to do here, I am actually enjoying this.
Your own food show while you're at it.
It's funny.
Last Christmas, I decided to cook in the new kitchen. We wanted to talk about you and a new kitchen.
Right.
So where does Rick Stein start with the design of a new kitchen?
Well, it's really interesting. We built a summer house, Sass and I, at the back of our cottage in Cornwall, in Padstow, during COVID. And the idea came from a shed I'd seen in St Ives, right? I thought, a lean-to shed, that's what I wanted. We started with a lean-to shed, and then I started talking to Sass, and we're thinking, why don't we make it a bit more special? And we ended up making this summer house, which is actually what I now rather poncily call a studio kitchen.
Nice. You want a studio kitchen. If you would like to order a new kitchen, would you start with... Because I was trying to guess your kitchen, right? If you're going to order a new kitchen, and I came up with something like There's a long sort of working area.
Yeah.
On the far left would be a place to put all the ingredients, and then you'd have a sink. Then you'd have a draining board or draining section. Then you'd have a chopping section. Then you'd have a hob on the right. That's what I was seeing, but I was just
No, Chris.
I was winging it.
No, you see, the thing about the studio kitchen, you need to be able to get cameras all the way around it. So it's an island with the ovens at the back and the sink at the back, which isn't what you'd want.
Right.
But having done that, even when the cameraman came in and I said, "Don't you think it's great?" He said, "Where's the rails for the lights?"
You should have been to see James Martin because he did that years ago, didn't he? At
Yeah,
his
yeah,
house.
yeah, yeah.
He's got all that going on. And as far as the film crew's concerned, now because they've always got forks in their back pockets, haven't they? That's the fact, isn't it?
They have.
Okay, so cameramen and sound men and women who work on cooking shows have a fork in their back pocket because what are you going to do with what you've just cooked? You're not going to eat it because you've been looking at food all day, and they'll treat it. If you had a bar situation in your kitchen, are you a fan of the stools at the bar or not at the bar?
I love stools at the bar, really.
Kitchen bar.
Yeah, because I think it's really nice if you're cooking something, people can sit watching you, really, and talking to you, but it also acts as a bit of a bar between you doing the cooking and them.
Right.
And it gives some sense of the fact that you are actually cooking.
Yeah.
Because the problem is when guests arrive normally,
They're getting your way.
they're getting your way.
And what about this phrase? Can I do anything to help? Yes. Nothing. Can you do anything to help? Yes. Actively do nothing, and that will be actively helpful. Is that right? Or not?
Yeah, it's absolutely right. But I always remember my mother used to say, "Oh, do go away." But then alternatively, she'd say, "Nobody helped me."
Yeah. I can't have it both ways, Mum. For heaven's sake.
Yeah.
Well, if we get onto, by the way, talking to Rick Stein about his brilliant book, Christmas, his first ever Christmas book, Recipes, Memories, and Stories for the Festive Season. Your writing is beautiful as always. There's poetry in there as always. It's as good a book to read as it is to actually cook from. And you talk about Christmas at the beginning, and you talk about Charles Dickens. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you have written here, Rick, and who am I to school you on anything to do with literature? You say, "Everyone needs Christmas. It's precisely for that reason that I love A Christmas Carol. It's almost as if Dickens invented Christmas as we know it." You do know that he brought Christmas back, don't you?
Yes, I do, really, yes.
Because we stopped doing it for a while.
I didn't know that.
It was banned.
I'm lying. I didn't know.
It was banned. The government banned Christmas.
Really?
And then he wrote A Christmas Carol, and we all went, hang on a minute, why are we not? And we all started. Christmas was falling out of favour until that book was written.
I can't believe it, because it's so much part of our sort of psyche, Christmas. As I've said in the book, it's really to cheer ourselves up in the middle of the winter, and that's really what Christmas Carol's all about.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's my favourite book of all time.
Same here.
If you got the poultry and the meat section, again, you made me so hungry. It's not fair. And I've been on the air since 6:30 looking at this book, and I don't know what do the pages taste like. If you went for one central dish, would it be a turkey? Would it be a goose? What would it be?
Well, I've for the last 10 years, I've always cooked goose because of the slightly more interesting flavour. The goose fat is fabulous.
Definitely.
But this next Christmas, I'm in Australia. Every other Christmas I'm in Australia, I'm going to do turkey because I feel it's time. I brought back my enthusiasm for turkey, and actually cooking the turkeys. We did about 3 or 4 for the book, because everybody has got recipes for turkey,
Yeah.
So me and Portia, who I work with on the books, we had to cook about 3 turkeys just to get the sort of what it's all about.
Have you got like a headline for cooking turkey that you can give us?
Yeah, it's just a big chicken.
So don't get too wound up about it.
Yeah.
It's true, isn't it?
It is.
And what about the fact that our ovens aren't really designed to cook that amount of that mass of anything in them?
Well, I suppose not, but it's all right. I mean, the thing about cooking a turkey is you really need to get a temperature probe. I keep going on about this. So what I've done is give a sort of approximate time to cook a turkey, which is far less than people generally do cook turkeys for, because they think they're going to get ill if it's undercooked, or it's just. And most of the reason why turkey tastes dry is because it's cooked for too long.
Yeah.
So
that's the number one thing people get scared of. Tash has already done our Sweden carrot for Christmas Day. She did it at the weekend and put it in the freezer.
Planning ahead.
Planning ahead.
I like it.
If you can do it before Christmas Day, do it before Christmas Day.
Absolutely.
The turkey's going to retain its heat for ages, isn't it?
probably with foil over it for 3/4 of an hour,
Maybe
no
even
problem.
longer, yeah.
But the other thing I do, I'm lucky enough to have 2 ovens, which a lot of people have now, just one above the other.
Yeah.
Is you just put, once it's cooked, you just put it into one of the oven at about 60, 65 degrees, and it'll hold there for a long, long time. Which is something that I guess I picked up from restaurant cooking.
We're lucky enough to have 2 ovens, but one of them's never worked. Is that just what happens when you get 2 ovens? Do you not? Do you have a favourite oven if you 2 ovens, like a favourite child?
The top one.
Because you don't have to bend down so
That's
far.
right, yeah.
Yeah, ours do different things. I don't really know what they are. You got salmon in puff pastry if you want to go off piste a little bit. Aussie panic buys. Tell us about Aussie panic buying.
Well, it's the funniest thing, really, because I mean, our panic buying is it's particularly in Cornwall, you think, I'll get that on Christmas Eve, and the queues are enormous. Or you think, I'll order that the week before Christmas. Everything's booked up. You're not going to do it. So then you have to go to the supermarket. Then you have to wait. In Australia, it's about the prawns, all right? Everybody wants prawns at Christmas, on Christmas Day. And really, they don't keep too long prawns. So you have to go on Christmas Eve. So the queue down to the fish market in Sydney is enormous.
Really?
But it's part of the fun,
Part of the fun. Yeah, you got to get in a fun queue.
Yeah.
You take your fun to the queue. Hugo's got an act. For people who don't know, who is Hugo? What does he do for a living?
Hugo's a mate of mine. He used to have a guest house just outside Padstow, and his Christmas Day fish cakes are lovely.
Yeah, breakfast.
He'll be so pleased. He'll be very, very pleased with himself that he's got a recipe in my book, because I've had a recipe
Hugo,
there before.
Because there's nothing. Not nothing, but there's few things in the world better than a really good fish cake, and there's few things worse than a really bad fish cake, and they're quite easy to get wrong, aren't they?
Well, I think what most people do if they get them wrong is too mean with the fish. You've got to have 50% fish and potato, really.
Yeah, it's got to be that way around. Now, the Christmas spirit for you, it comes in the shape of a Negroni, you're telling me.
Well, I do love a Negroni, I have to say. I sort of feel, I don't know, it's one of those things that years and years ago, a friend of mine, when everybody smoked, I didn't. And a friend of mine, Simon Hopkinson, famous chef, offered me a fag after, it was a big dinner in the Guildhall. And he said, cigarette? And I said, no thanks, Simon. He said, all cooks smoke, right? Yeah. Well, all cooks drink Negronis, I would say.
Is that the thing? And you still don't? You still never smoke?
No, I don't. But I do drink the odd Negroni.
All right, look, I mean, we've been putting this off for like 3.5 hours. Page 210, Rick Stein's mince pies.
Well, I hope you like them.
Mate, give us the headlines of these.
Right,
please,
well, it's my mother's pastry,
right?
But it's my filling. So it's actually, I didn't buy a jar of mince meat. I made the mince meat, which
Come on, gang, come on. Christmas starts today. You signed the box there.
Yeah,
Can you sign this book as well? Can you put Merry Christmas? We'll get some money for all this stuff for people who really need it. So Happy Christmas from Rick Stein. We've got 8 mince pies here for us to have. Who's on the mince pie bus? Till, you on? Yeah. Frank, you on? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Anybody else? Adam, do you want to come in? There you go.
Well, you might not.
Oh.
The thing about them is that the pastry has not got sugar in it. Because it's like just a savoury pastry, and it accentuates the sweetness of the mincemeat inside.
Is it a short crust then?
Yeah, short crust.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, what do they look like?
So
Unbelievable.
They look like God made them.
I'd say they look chic.
They do look chic, don't they? They're so beautiful. They're almost too beautiful to eat, but it's not going to stop us, is it, Frank?
Absolutely not.
Should we go in after 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Well.
Oh my God.
That's the best mince pie I've ever had.
Well, it's not surprised. Don't be surprised. You're not surprised, are you?
No. It looks
What do you
as
think is
good.
going to be the worst?
No, but it tastes as good as it looks.
How
It's
great.
unbelievable.
It's like there's a biscuit on top, isn't
Yeah,
there?
it is. I was going to say that. It's a bit biscuity. My first mince pie of the year, and it's a Rick Stein mince
Well,
pie.
I'm not totally happy with it. It should have been a bit shorter, but hey ho.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's sort of like sandier. The pastry could have been a bit sandier, but
Rick, it's great.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Do you have one? Do you want one?
Well, I wouldn't say no.
Have you eaten today?
Yeah, I had some breakfast.
What do you have for breakfast?
I had 1 egg, 1 piece of bacon, 1 tomato.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh yeah,
Really good.
mincemeat's good, isn't it?
Great, isn't it?
Do you make the mincemeat?
Yeah.
Do you still? What's the best Christmas present you've had recently? Or the last 10 years, 20 years? We don't really do them anymore.
Well, I don't. I mean, I guess what have I had recently? Well, I just like presents that are sort of gifts that people think well about. And I mean, one of my sons, Ed, makes jams, chutneys, cider.
That's always great. That's always a great present.
With a handwritten label. That's what I really like.
Rick, we're out of time. I'm so sorry.
Well-
We did 20 minutes. We gave you 20 minutes. We gave you good.
Thank you very much. It's nice
Can we
to
have a
inspire.
massive round of applause for Rick Stein, please, if you don't mind, because he's an absolute legend. Rick, you are the best. In 20 seconds, how's business? Good?
Tough,
Tough?
but we're doing all right, basically. That's all
Okay.
you can say these days,
Yeah,
you know.
it is, absolutely. All right. And are you on Saturday Kitchen? Are you doing the rounds
Yeah,
a bit with
yeah,
this book?
I am, yeah.
Okay, all right. Rick Stein's Christmas. It's out now. It could be the only Christmas cookbook you ever need. Somebody needs to tell Tom Kerris that I ain't going to tell him I'm not brave enough. Yeah, good.